There we go. There we go. My hand was jammed. Not my hand, but the hand that was on my thing. The volume. My volume hand. I'm okay. Just got done. I was a few minutes late because I was eating lunch. How are you doing today, Future? Hope you're doing well. The days off are good. I just wish they were all the days off. Job working the day, then rebuilding my app after that. Nice. Yeah, no, it's my Sunday finally. My Sunday, so I'll go back to work tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. It's not that my job is like terrible or anything. I mean, there are definitely days when so far that like every Saturday where it's just not been optimal. But otherwise it's all been fine. I just wish it sucks that I'm the Saturday guy. Because Saturday is a busy day in our town for drinkers. So that's when the bars are more open, and that's the only day I'm alone. Which app is it that you're working on it? I literally had it in my head, like one I was thinking of, until I went to say it, and then my mind just went, "Oh, what?" The memo one. Is it the memo one? It was the memo one, right? We're on the old. Where's my browser stuff? There it is. On the old TikToks again today. I don't know if their servers like me. It seems like there's always a delay. And you? Yeah. So okay, that's what I was thinking of. An encrypted notes app. Did I tell you the UK Home Office demanded from Apple Security to give them access to all Apple users' data in the I? So Apple disabled advanced data protection, e.g. notes. Yeah. They've JD Vance. JD Vance. So let's talk about something briefly. No one else is in here, it's just you and me for the moment. So Well, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody else watching or lurking or whatever, but for right now, it's just you and me talking. So let's. Do you watch any of the Jubilee fucking videos? Like the 1 versus 20 or whatever? Like they had the 1 cop versus 20 criminals. All right, it's a YouTube channel. So it's a YouTube channel. The show is called Surrounded. Right? Or the series or whatever you want to call it. It's called Surrounded. And what it is it's like a debate platform. So you have this one person that believes this, like, is of this one stance, and then you have I think it's 20 or 25, and then they surround them. They basically put this person on a chair and a table in the middle of the room, and then they surround them with a circle of like 20 to 25 people that are on the opposite end of whatever spectrum it is that they believe. So like I said, they did one where it was 1 policeman versus 20 criminals or something like that. They did one where it was Dean Winters. I don't know if you know who Dean Winters is. He's this like 20-year-old kid that is like he's like ultra liberal. It was him versus like 20 conservatives or something. Or they did like Charlie Kirk versus 20 fucking liberals or whatever. So recently they did one. I can't ever remember his name. He's a journalist who is from London. But he lives here in America. He's naturalized. He's fully he's a citizen. So Mehdi Hassan, that's his name. No, not Pierce Morgan. Mehdi Hassan. All right. So he's a journalist. He's from London. Yes. So he's a progressive. And he did a debate. He did one of these where it was him versus 20 far right conservatives. Holy fuck, dude. Just holy fuck. Like, I don't know any other words to describe it. I mean, I don't know how you haven't seen it. It's all over the place. But like, then again, that's probably my algorithm. So there was one guy in there that was just it's like they're not even saying the quiet parts, or they're not even hiding the quiet parts anymore. They're saying all the stuff that you're supposed to hide. One guy just basically he cited that he was a fan of a Nazi sympathizer, and that when Hassan was talking to him and he said you're a little bit more than just a far right conservative, and he was like, Nick Fuentes, no. It was something Schmitz he was talking about, but he goes, he says, you're a little bit more than a far right conservative, and the guy goes, well, what can I say? And he was like, Hassan goes, I think you can say I'm a fascist. And the dude goes, well, I am, and just starts laughing. And then the group like starts fucking clapping. Like a bunch of them start clapping. And there was another guy that was from Texas that they were having all these, economic discussions. And at one point, Hassan said something about how he was an immigrant, and the dude just flat out told him, "Well, then you got to go." And he was like, "I've got to go." And he was like, "Yeah, I don't want you here." He's fucking. He's like, "You come to our country and you call us lazy and you tell us blah 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 blah." He's like, "I never said any of that. I never said any of those things." So YouTube, you anyone who's watching on YouTube, go rewind to when I said this. Oh my god, dude! There was a guy. There's a guy in the video that claims to be a Native American because his family was one of the first settlers here. Not indigenous. He said he is a Native American because, I mean, let's be fair. The Native Americans, the indigenous Americans, when the Europeans came across, they're not technically from here either. They came over from what is it, the Strait of whatever, when the basically when Alaska and what's it called, the Bering Straits. They came over the Bering Straits when Alaska and fucking the tip of Russia were still connected. That's how we all got around, because at one point, all the lands were connected. That's how there's people in different areas of the world. But exactly, the indigenous people, the Native Americans, were here for far longer than anybody else. So that's what makes them native to this land. But they always try to use the excuse, well, they didn't come from it. Yeah, but they didn't win the place by conquest. The Native Americans settled here, all right? They came over the Bering Strait when it still existed, and they settled here, and then this has been their home. And then, the Europeans came and they conquered them. Now, I am absolutely one of those people that believes that we can't just put everybody back where they came from, because that's not how it works. All right? You can't at no point can we say anymore, we're on stolen land, we're on conquered land. That's how it works. Most of the world's countries and people are on conquered land. We just have to accept that. But we cannot just say that, well, they didn't come here, they weren't from here either, but they settled here, they settled this area. This was their land. White man from town come and conquer, and now it's what it is. I remember feeling a bit disgusted when Matt Walsh showed me he was proud his ancestors displaced the natives. I don't feel either way. I mean, like, I think the way that it happened was excessive. I feel like there's enough land in America that we didn't have to take over the whole thing. I mean, as of right now, 85% of America is uninhabited. I don't know if how many people know that, but that's true. It's like 85% of the land is uninhabited. There's nobody here. There's plenty of space. Obviously, I was born here. I live here, whatever. There were some interesting takes in it, though. Dead good by night. How you doing, brother? That's not what I wanted to do. Make sure that I typed your name correctly. Yeah, there we go. Hope you're doing well today. Today, Dad. Um, yeah, you made it. Good. Glad to hear you're doing okay. It's funny how illegal immigrants hate has spilled over to legal immigration. Um, that's because in most cases it was never about legality. That's sorry. Did 22 and a half hours in the last 2 days. Damn, man. Get some rest. Take a load off. Kick your shoes off. Stay a while. But yeah, that's because it was never about legality. There are literally people, and it's become more and more. There's literally people that they go, well, we just want them to come here legally and this and that. And then somebody goes, okay, so if they had, they come over here and they do this. And it's like, well, if they had done this legally, would you be okay with finding some kind of solution to help more people be able to do it legally? No. Because they don't care about legality. I'm someone that cares about legality. All right. I think that the process of immigration should be reformed. Right? It takes way too long for some of these people to be able to have something that says that they're an immigrant here, when more than probably half the country either came here or was born of. Hey, I appreciate that. Was either born here or I should say came here or was born to somebody that came here, that literally their idea of immigration was they came in on a boat and signed their name and then they were American. That's it. We've turned it into a much harder and longer process, and I get the idea of vetting, all right, but it shouldn't take 10 years. Anyway, let's say in future, it's an interesting format. You should check it out. There's a couple of them I've watched. Some of them are really like, there was one that was it's I can't think of his name. He's in the medical field. He does a lot of reaction videos, on medical stuff. I think he's like a gay nurse or something, a gay doctor. But it was him versus like 20 or 25 like COVID conspiracists or whatever. Well, yeah, and they're trying to fix that now, because now they're trying to they did the the mass deportations, and then they turn around and go, well, we want to try, it's not fair to the farmers that have all these farmers and hotels, so we're gonna find a way to help their workers be legal. And it's like, because he flip-flops on everything he does. He does something right, it fucks up, he blames somebody else for it, does something to correct it, and then takes responsibility for the for fixing it. Or like there's an episode where of the series where, do you know who Destiny is? I know a lot of people do. I actually watch him on Kick. Okay, you don't know who Destiny is, really? So Destiny's he's a, I don't want to say that he's, I think he definitely is more left, but like, I don't know. I don't agree with everything he says. There's times when like I'm watching him and I'm screaming at my screen like, shut up, but but he's definitely one that I would say a lot, like has it together more than others. He's not afraid to criticize like anybody, whether they're left or right or whatever. Definitely not say what was on his mind. He streams on Kick. I was actually watching him before because I think he's live right now. I was actually watching him. He does an episode where he's the one. I think it's one. I think they classify it as like one Democrat versus 20 MAGA or something like that. But he's the one. It's weird because they had Jordan Peterson on there. It was Jordan Peterson versus 20 atheists. And I guess he got offended because one of the guys, I don't know, one of the guys said something. Jordan is a fucking weird guy. Like, there's some things he says that I absolutely agree with, or at least did in the beginning when he started. But like over the years, he's just become really. Thank you. He's just become really strange. I don't know. He's not. He doesn't. It sounds like the pressure is getting to him. I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that sees it because he's just become really weird over the. Because I was first introduced to him, introduced to his stuff by my buddy Aaron, because his drummer listened to him, and we listen to it sometimes, and just like, yeah, no, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Yeah, just as the years gone on, he's like he's just got kind of on this weird trajectory, like where it doesn't make sense. He went from kind of being a motivational speaker to becoming like a weird red pill ultra conservative weirdo. I don't know. I don't know the way to describe it. But I mean, the same thing happened with like Candace Owens. I don't know if you know who Candace Owens is. When Candace Owens first dropped on the scene, she was just doing these little YouTube shorts, and she made a lot of sense with a lot of the things that she said. And then she turned into like super MAGA supporter and ultra conservative, and then all I could hear was just like everything she said was just fucking hateful as shit. Like completely incompassionate, fucking And then she, for a long time, was talking about how, like, she would never speak on anything she didn't know. And then she did a whole video railing against pit bulls, even though she knows nothing, even though she prefixed it with, like, the fact that she knows nothing of the dogs. She's like, I know nothing about these types of dogs, but I know that I would never let my kids ever be around them. Ever. I don't know. I think you're like 31st. No, not really. You're like third. Sorry. Oh, hi first. Nice to meet you. First on the field. Or was it number one? Number one on the field and number one in your heart. The Rock game plan. Feeling better about your module grade? Nice. Just to move on over. Dr. Mike, that was the doctor I was talking about. Dr. Mike versus 20 anti-vaxxers. And that was an interesting one. I know. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Well, that's because it's all propaganda, really. I did I went into, I think I told you, I went into a deep dive with K1 about, Lucifer. Lucifer's not even. You loved that episode? Oh, you're talking about, so you've watched Surrounded? Satanic Panic really did things to people. Yeah. Bro, we were just I was just talking about the fucking recent episode with Madej Hassan and fucking versus the 20 far right, and I was just baffled by how open these people were about their fucking their bigotry. I'm trying to save your soul, motherfucker. Fucking accuser. You fucking accuser. I fucking remember that shit. Bro, I kind of just want to show you parts of it. Hold on. Let's see. Let's talk.
Made half of your life. It's 2025. AI can build a pro-level website within a couple of minutes.
I'm down. Show us. Okay.
How to write emails? Seriously?
Anton. Well, there was Anton LaVey and then Aleister Crowley. There's different forms of Satanism.
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s.
Colonialists.
Yeah,
You don't
colonials.
look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry,
talking about?
you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why? It's called the U.S. Criminal Code.
You know what? Let's focus. I think they live.
But okay.
I'm
Job of making the case that he's not pro-crime
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one.
I'm not
always
offended. I'm just...
curious. Whites
not.
are Native Americans. Happy that he released J6. In fact, so much so that I was prepared to protest if he didn't.
Okay.
So when you say, are you okay that he's pro-crime? Sure, because you know what? We're changing the definition of what crime is, first and
You
foremost.
don't think stomping on police officers' heads is a crime?
I don't think it's no longer a relevant conversation anymore. You're
Really?
arguing. No, it's not, because you know what? Okay, have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes, I've
BLM
lived
protests.
here for a
Have you
while.
seen? Okay, I myself have been involved in these protests. I've seen egregious things that you couldn't even imagine.
So we
being
have no
done to
rules then?
conservatives. It's not about that. It's
it
about
about?
tribal warfare.
Okay.
That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the U.K. You're from India, so I don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
I'm an American
you have
citizen.
your own stakes.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how you got that. but
He
fair
only
enough.
said that
Here's
like
the thing.
4
Are you an
times
American
before
citizen?
that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the
Not
thing.
sure how you got that. Okay.
Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake in the
Okay.
claim here. Okay.
But you're
a little different.
But you're
than
a
yours.
descendant of immigrants, settlers,
I didn't know.
colonialists.
Yeah,
You don't
colonials.
look, you don't look
yeah.
very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites
not.
are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry,
talking about?
you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're not.
Whites are Native Americans.
Really?
I think
What was
you're-
happening before the 1500s?
I think you're getting confused with it.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting.
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that
yeah.
came here from
Do you know
Asia.
what indigenous means?
Listen, before
Indigenous
America,
people
Look,
can't
you
come
know, let
from
me
somewhere
finish.
else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It
Doesn't
means
sound
they
like it.
came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he an American?
I genuinely don't care. Yes, he is.
Okay, just
so
checking.
My point is, okay?
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these
Because
people
you're
are criminals.
derailing, dude. I'm trying
You
to stay on
literally
track.
sat down and asked me where
no,
I'm from. I think you derailed
I
this
think you got
conversation from the
offended
get-go.
by that, but I'm because
I'm
I'm
not
always
offended. I'm
curious,
just wondering what it
because
has to do with
I'm
crime.
always curious.
We're going to talk about
why-
immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm doing
Is this how
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing. Amazing. That
Well,
must
wait
make you
till
feel
this comes
good.
out. You know what? I'm
20
actually
people
glad
agree
you're
with
getting
you,
this
applauded you.
emotionally outraged right
Wow.
now. This is great.
I love it.
Do I have to say anything at this point, or are you just going
Please.
to keep going?
No, please.
Okay.
Make your claim.
Well, my claim is that I don't care if it's pro-crime. You want to
Okay,
go back to the topic of conversation?
that's fine. We agree then. He's pro-crime
But
and you
I have
don't
a
care.
question for you, though. Do you care on the opposite side of the spectrum?
Yes.
Do you care about law being administered
Yes.
to the opposite side of the
Yes.
spectrum?
I think
when they're
anyone
doing
who
the same?
assaults a police officer shouldn't be pardoned. I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9 Republican members of Congress who were convicted of crimes, and I don't think Joe Biden should commit. I don't think
understand.
Democrats should pardon Democrats.
Fair, but I don't
We
think
both
you
agree?
understand where we are in the U.S. then.
I think I do.
No, because you're
I think I do
arguing
this for
from
a
a
living.
position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
We're headed towards
so
tribal-
nihilism, no laws, nothing matters.
It's not about
everyone's pro-crime.
It's not about that. It's that
That's
conservatives
convenient.
conservatives for too long have been playing it safe. They've been playing by the law.
Really?
They've been playing
They've
it
been
by the
playing
book.
by the law?
Yes, they have.
Maybe
We're
you missed the Bush presidency.
conservatives
Did you
are
live
so
here during the Bush
concerned-
years?
Conservatives are
Didn't
so
play by the
concerned.
law, George W.
Let me
Bush, nor did
finish.
Ronald Reagan.
Let's be respectful to you. Let me finish.
I'm not sure you've been that respectful, but okay.
I'm trying to bring it back, so let's both bring it back,
Let's
okay?
do it.
I'm conservative, okay?
Really?
I'm trying to find the
Let
guy.
me tell
that-
you this. We do play it too safe. We've been
Oh,
playing it by
this
the
is
book
the
for
guy.
too long. At this point,
When it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. Terror, to be quite frankly,
Okay.
because in regards
Sorry.
to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us.
Yes.
And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized. Making women and children be victimized as
They
a
don't
result
believe in
of
the
that.
First
I think
Amendment.
things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So quite frankly, if Trump is anti-constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprise, I was shocked to hear that. I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment,
Yeah, he's
the
a
Fifth
Christian
Amendment,
nationalist.
the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than
How do you
willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in your
Second Amendment.
favor?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I completely agree, and
so
that's
you
part of
support
the problem.
Trump? You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I
Why
can't
did
even
you-
remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted.
This is
I kind
fascinating.
of voted just to.
I came with this
troll a
argument,
little
but
bit,
I'm bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local
Who
leaders,
is the we,
or-
by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around.
Yesterday I was in a hole. All right,
absolutely.
this is the
Well,
shit I was
actually, guys,
watching.
I have quite.
Some of the people
I
in this
have
room
quite-
don't make the cut from what I can see
actually,
visually.
Actually,
Okay.
hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
Okay.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white and should stay that
How
way.
does the United States... I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? So what's your
I've
name?
seen the
my
Charlie
name is,
Kirk one.
well, my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh,
to say
well,
your name.
I use
Connor-
a pseudonym
No,
online.
Fair
but-
enough.
Sam, I think you're
How
thinking
would
of Charlie
Connor's
Kirk,
America
and
look?
that's
What would
not
it look
him.
like?
Well, quite frankly, I
Although
think
they
we
do
deport
have
people
a
who shouldn't be
I
here.
think that's
very
what the
similarly
government look like?
punchable
What's
face.
the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader such as
Where does he come
Franco.
from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No, but who picks the autocrat?
frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings
So
were
isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that stage.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well,
Yes,
I'm not
exactly.
going to be a part of the group that he kills
How
because
do you
that's the
know?
whole thing.
How do
Well,
you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats
makes,
tend to
Carl
kill
ma-
everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the
you-
Nazi
Yeah,
theoretician.
absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a
who
fan
ca-
of the Nazis?
I don't. I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at
I didn't
all.
say that. I
Doesn't
didn't
matter
actually
to
say
me.
that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
What about the
you know,
persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But
And
you
so
don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution
We
and
may
stuff like
have
that,
to
which is
rename
bad.
this show
but-
because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
This is the part.
I think you could say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
It
The
all
laugh,
started as
dude.
a dream,
The
a
laugh.
spark, a bright idea bursting with potential. But somewhere along the way,
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone
Because
is on this.
in
Because you know
during-
that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out
Yeah,
who the fascists
absolutely.
and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
clearly you're not.
During the
Clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat
Are
cats. They
you
were
in favor
aristocrats.
of,
They
are you in
didn't care.
favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not. If
You mentioned
they...
Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only
dude.
killed combatants. Is that what you're
Yeah,
claiming?
he
now?
only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent
the white,
people. His
the
forces
white
killed and
terror was
executed
only punishing those people who
150,000
did
people.
acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill
You
people.
just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi
And
and
the
being a
feeling
Nazi
is mutual,
and
so-
being a Nazi means upholding human
kinda
dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't in
I
a state
don't-
that I was
with the
running.
greatest of
I
respect,
wouldn't want to hurt
I
you
don't
or
debate.
anything like that. But
What are we
quite
doing
frankly,
here? I don't debate fascists.
okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you just
don't
seem
know what
offended.
you're doing here,
You
to be
just seem
honest.
offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
okay. Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a
Yeah,
Nazi
sure.
is the whole thing.
I never called you a
I
Nazi.
care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
And
thing.
you don't believe in democracy.
Can
I
you
don't
let
believe
them
in
out?
What are you
democracy.
doing here at a televised
Can you
debate?
let them out?
This is democracy. Don't want to debate and disagree.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean
This is
upholding
great.
free speech after we win.
Again,
I mentioned
Hello, Miss May, how you doing?
Fascist moment
The
we're in
whole
is that
reason-
you guys are so open about it.
The
It's
whole
great.
reason
Say
I
the
mentioned
quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
past him because of the Nazi
even
part.
liberals, when they take power,
Nazi
they want
part.
to enact policies and they want to enact protections
trying to
for their
find-
people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get
There's a
in
guy
power,
that
and I'm gonna
basically
frankly
says,
important that Trump would defy something like the Constitution to love it so much.
Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you, sir. All right. So I kind of want to start at the basics or the foundation. I want to see.
Can I
what-
just check?
Yes.
are you a fascist?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
What
I
are the
describe
flags
myself
for?
as. I think just a Christian.
Fair enough.
I'm a devout Christian.
Good to hear.
So